ever pondered the significance of those invisible creatures to our pharmaceutical world? Welcome to the fascinating realm of microbiology, a field that delves deep into the world of microorganisms, exploring their structures, functions, and their incredible diversity. This is the study of life that's too small to see with the naked eye, but is teeming around and within us, influencing our health, our environment, and even the medicines we take. Microbiology is a vast discipline with a scope that extends far and wide. But why should a pharmacy student care about this? Well, microorganisms or microbes play a crucial role in the pharmaceutical industry. They're used in the production of antibiotics, vaccines, and other medicines. They also help us understand how diseases occur and how they can be prevented or treated. Now, let's dive a bit into the classification of these tiny life forms. A scientific approach to this was presented by Robert H. Whittaker in the late 20th century. He proposed a five-kingdom concept that classifies all life into five major groups: Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. The Monera kingdom includes bacteria and cyanobacteria, some of the most ancient life forms on our planet. Protista, on the other hand, is a catch-all kingdom for many different single-celled organisms, including amoebas and certain algae. The fungi kingdom encompasses yeasts, molds, and mushrooms, while plantae and animalia include multicellular plants and animals, respectively. But wait a minute, what about viruses? While they don't fit neatly into Whittaker's classification, they're nonetheless a significant part of microbiology. Viruses are unique entities that straddle the line between living and non-living, and they have a massive impact on human health and disease. So, from bacteria to rickettsia, from actinomycetes to fungi, from protozoa to algae, and to viruses, each of these microbes holds an invisible, yet impactful role in our world. They're the unseen heroes and villains of our health and our environment. Microorganisms, although unseen, hold a significant place in our lives and, more importantly, in the world of pharmaceuticals. Scene script. Can we categorize this invisible army of microorganisms? Excellent question. It's like trying to sort out the stars in the sky, isn't it? But just as astronomers have their constellations, microbiologists have their own classification system. Let's start with bacteria, the most familiar of the lot. These single-celled organisms are the true survivors, existing in almost every environment on Earth, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains. They're like the foot soldiers of our invisible army, always present, always active. Next, we have rickettsia. These are a bit like the special forces. They're bacteria, but they're so unique they've been given their own category. They're only found inside the cells of other organisms like ticks or lice, and can cause diseases in humans when transmitted through bites. Then there are the actinomycetes. These are the peacekeepers of our microbial world. Many are found in soil, where they help break down organic material. Some species are also used in the production of antibiotics, making them vital allies in the fight against disease. Fungi are another diverse group. They're like the craftsmen of our invisible army. Some fungi are responsible for making cheese and bread, while others can cause diseases. Fungi are complex organisms, some single-celled like yeasts, others multicellular like molds. Protozoa are the nomads. They can live freely in the environment or as parasites inside host organisms. Protozoa are single-celled, but they're far more complex than bacteria, capable of more sophisticated behaviors. Algae are the photosynthesizers. They're like the farmers of our microbial army, using sunlight to produce food. Algae can be found in a variety of environments, from freshwater to saltwater, from the Arctic to the tropics. Finally, we have viruses. They're the stealth operatives. Viruses are unique because they're not actually living organisms. They need to invade the cells of other organisms to replicate. Despite their tiny size, viruses can have a huge impact, causing a range of diseases in humans. Each category of microorganisms plays a different role, making our invisible army incredibly diverse. So, next time you think of microbes, remember, they're not just an invisible army, they're an invisible ecosystem, each playing their part in the grand scheme of life. Scene script: microbes and pharmacy, an unusual pair, wouldn't you agree? Yet, this unlikely duo has a fascinating relationship that's been shaping the world of medicine for centuries. Let's dive in and explore this unseen connection. Microorganisms, these tiny, often overlooked life forms, play a significant role in pharmaceuticals. They're like the invisible workforce tirelessly laboring behind the scenes of drug production. From antibiotics to insulin, many of our most essential medicines owe their existence to the hard work of these microscopic entities. For instance, the antibiotic penicillin, a game changer in the field of medicine, was discovered from a type of fungus. It's the microbes that are the unsung heroes, producing these life-saving drugs. But the relationship between microbiology and pharmaceuticals is not just about drug production. It's also about understanding drug action and resistance. Microbiology helps us unravel the mysteries of how drugs work in our bodies and how pathogens respond to these drugs. This knowledge is not just academic. It's vital for the development of new medicines and treatments. Take the example of antibiotic resistance, a growing concern in the medical world. It's through the study of microbiology that we've come to understand how bacteria can become resistant to antibiotics. Bacteria, you see, are not just passive recipients of these drugs. They can adapt, evolve, and fight back, leading to the frightening phenomenon of antibiotic resistance. Understanding this process is key to creating new antibiotics that can outsmart these clever microbes. It's a constant battle of wits, with microbiologists and pharmacists on one side and the ever-evolving microbes on the other. Moreover, microbiology also aids in quality control of pharmaceuticals, ensuring the safety and efficacy of drugs. This is vital, as the presence of certain microorganisms can affect the performance of the drug or even cause harm to the patient. These invisible creatures are crucial players in the pharmaceutical world, impacting everything from drug production to resistance. So, the next time you pop a pill or apply a cream, remember, you have a tiny army of microbes to thank for that. Now, how significant are these microbes to our pharmacies, you may ask? Well, as we delve into this intriguing topic, you'll realize that the world of pharmacy is largely indebted to these microscopic entities. Let's start with bacteria. These single-celled organisms are the powerhouse behind some of our most potent antibiotics. Penicillin, produced by the mold Penicillium, was the first antibiotic to be discovered, and it revolutionized medicine. Today, bacteria like Streptomyces are a rich source of antibiotics like tetracycline and erythromycin. But it's not just bacteria, fungi too play a pivotal role in pharmaceuticals. Consider the drug cyclosporin, an immunosuppressant derived from a fungus, key in preventing organ rejection after transplants. Next, let's talk about Actinomycetes. These are bacteria that behave like fungi and are responsible for the earthy smell of soil. But their significance goes beyond the olfactory pleasure. They are the source of many important drugs, including anti-cancer agents like doxorubicin. Now onto the tiny parasites, protozoa. Some protozoa are known to cause diseases, but others, like Plasmodium, which causes malaria, have helped us understand how to target disease-causing organisms in our bodies. The study of these organisms has led to the development of anti-malarial drugs like chloroquine. Algae, the green layer you see on stagnant water or your fish tank, are more than just a cleaning nuisance. Some species of algae are rich in compounds with potential antiviral and anti-cancer properties. And finally, let's not forget viruses. These tiny infectious agents have been instrumental in the development of vaccines. They've taught us how the immune system can learn to recognize and fight off invaders, leading to the development of life-saving vaccines like the ones for polio and measles. So, as you see, microbes play a crucial role in pharmacy. They are the unsung heroes behind many life-saving drugs and treatments. Without them, the field of pharmacy would be a lot less effective and a lot more challenging. Without microbes, the pharmacy as we know it would be drastically different. So, we've uncovered the unseen world of microbes and their impact on pharmaceuticals. But what does this mean for you? Well, the concept of microbiology is vast and complex, yet its importance in pharmaceuticals is undeniably significant. Its scope extends from researching novel therapies and developing new drugs to ensuring the quality and safety of existing pharmaceutical products. In a nutshell, microbiology is the secret weapon in the battle against diseases and health disorders. Remember how we talked about Whitaker's five-kingdom concept? This classification system organizes the entire spectrum of life into 5 distinct kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. This organization helps us understand the diverse roles microbes play in our world, and more importantly, in pharmaceuticals. Microbes, depending on their type, have different roles. Bacteria, for instance, are used in the production of antibiotics like penicillin, one of the most famous life-saving drugs. Actinomycetes, another type of bacteria, are renowned for their ability to produce secondary metabolites, which are used in cancer treatment drugs. Fungi, on the other hand, are used in the production of immunosuppressant drugs, which are essential for organ transplant patients. Protozoa are studied for their role in diseases like malaria, leading to the development of anti-malarial drugs. Even viruses, often seen as our enemies, can turn into allies. They are manipulated in gene therapy to treat genetic disorders. So you see, these microscopic entities, though unseen, are constantly at work helping us fight off diseases and improve our quality of life. The field of microbiology is continually evolving, and so is our understanding of these tiny powerhouses. In essence, the world of pharmaceuticals would be significantly less advanced without the study and application of microbiology. It guides us in our quest for better, more effective medicines and treatments. Microorganisms, though invisible to the naked eye, are at the heart of pharmaceutical innovation. Subscribe for more because you won't find me later.